Okay, our last problem on checkpoint quiz 2. We're asked to find the vector valued function r of t whose derivative is this and which satisfies this initial condition. So how do I go about doing this? Well, to recover r of t from its derivative, we take the antiderivative of its derivative. And so we're going to take the antiderivative of 1 over t squared plus 4, comma, cosine of pi t dt. And the calculus of vector valued functions goes component wise. So I'm going to take the antiderivative of the x component and then the antiderivative of the y component. What's the antiderivative of 1 over t squared plus 4? It's 1/2 arctangent t over 2 plus a constant, which we'll take into account in a minute. What's the antiderivative of cosine of pi t? 1 over pi sine of pi t. And the constant we get from the x component plus the constant we get from the y component will lump together into one big old vector constant. So r of t is one of these. To figure out which one, to determine what the value of the constant is, we need to enforce the initial condition. So let's substitute 2 into the expression we have here. That's 1/2 arctangent of 2 over 2, comma, 1 over pi sine 2 pi plus c. The arctangent of 1 is pi over 4. Pi over 4 times 1/2 gives us pi over 8. Sine of 2 pi is 0 plus c. And we're forcing this then to be pi comma negative 1. So what do we get here? C then, the vector c is equal to, subtract this vector from both sides, pi comma negative 1 minus pi over 8, 0. And so what do we get? Pi is 8 pi's over 8. 8 pi's over 8 minus 1 pi over 8. That's 7 pi's over 8. Negative 1 minus 0 is negative 1. So what's our final answer? R of t equals, it's this plus the constant c. And there's my constant c. So it's going to be, in the x component, I've got the 1/2 arctangent t over 2 plus the x component of the constant plus 7 pi over 8, comma, the y component, 1 over pi sine of pi t plus the y component of the constant, negative 1. And how could you check this? Well, plug in t equals 2. You get 2 over 2. Arctangent of 1, pi over 4 times 1/2 is pi over 8. Pi over 8 plus 7 pi over 8 gives you the pi. Plug in 2 here. Sine of 2 pi is 0. 1 over pi times 0 minus 1 gives you the negative 1. So the initial condition is satisfied. And then take the derivative. The derivative of 1/2 arctangent t over 2 plus 7 pi over 8 is going to give you the 1 over the t squared plus 4. And the derivative of this guy is going to give you cosine pi t. So that'll do it for number 3, and that'll do it then for quiz 2.